Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This segment's being brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals get their books done and published to educate their consumers, to grow their practices, and to leave a legacy. We're doing a series of spotlights on remarkable attorneys across the country with a focus on elder law and or estate planning. And joining me on this segment from New Jersey is Harold Grodberg. Harold, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Harold and I know it's a broad topic, so kindly tell us your area of focus and specifically who are the types of clients that you help?
Thanks. My area of focus is public benefit eligibility. My typical client is a married person whose spouse has just entered a nursing facility. And what I do is I help them navigate the Medicaid laws in order to get the best outcome for the spouse at home.
So I understand that, what are the biggest challenges that folks are having these days? Because a lot of times I understand that people kind of kick the can down the road and almost till it's a little too late. So what are the big challenges that those couples face?
The biggest challenge is that people don't anticipate the long-term infirmity of a relative or a spouse, and they live their lives like normal people, like you and I live their lives. But the Medicaid laws aren't made for normal people living their lives. They're very formalistic. You either have all the little bits of documentation or you're not eligible. And we live in a state, or at least in my state, New Jersey, where they apply the Medicaid laws in the most draconian fashion possible.
Right on. So what are some of the perhaps myths or misconceptions that people might have that have kept them from getting all their ducks in a row?
Probably the biggest myth is that if they go to a nursing facility, they have to spend all their money. That's not what the law is at all. It was prior to the 1980s, but because of the abuses of the nursing home industry, we've had series of very substantial regulation, both federal and state, that has created a space where people can comply with the law, but protect their assets. So they don't give their houses to nursing homes. Their children don't have to pay for the nursing homes. They don't have to be poor before they're eligible for Medicaid.
So I'd imagine, as you mentioned, the misconception is you have to give away all your money. So that's probably one of the biggest mistakes or pitfalls people make. Have you seen any other big glaring mistakes people make when they try to get prepared for this milestone in their life?
Probably the worst mistake is in the context of giving away their money. And the biggest mistake I see is people confusing a tax issue with a Medicaid issue. We have this estate and gift tax issue that basically says you can give $15,000 to any person in any given year and won't have any gift or estate tax implications. That $15,000 number has nothing to do with Medicaid. In New Jersey, any gift of $360.21 or greater incurs a penalty for Medicaid. And that's the biggest misconception people have out there. They apply one law to another. And unfortunately, sometimes professionals reinforce this misunderstanding because it's simple to think, oh, you can give away $15,000 to everyone and be eligible for Medicaid, but it just isn't the way the law works.
So elder law is really an evolution now, right, of estate planning. So not just anybody can help people in this area. It really takes somebody with specialized knowledge. For folks that are listening that don't know exactly where to start, what do you recommend they do? Where's the first place to start, and what are the things that they should be considering to ask an elder law attorney?
First step is going to the website operated by the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys. The website has an experience registry and a detailed listing. And in essence, there's 3 levels of elder law attorney. There's someone who's been practicing it. There's someone who has practiced for enough time to certify as an elder law attorney. And that's only after a very difficult examination and 5 years of practice. And then there's something called the Council of Advanced Practitioners. And those people really want to hold themselves out above even the certified elder law attorneys. So what you'd want to do is really look for a certified elder law attorney somewhere close to your geographic region. Believe it or not only is elder law different on a statewide basis, it's also different on a county-wide basis, how the rules are applied.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Harold, what inspired you to take on this area of focus in your practice? How'd you get started?
I was in a big estate planning firm in Philadelphia, and I recognize, and this is in the late early 90s, and I recognized that elder law was going to be a good area going forward. And I happen to be from a place where a lot of people need elder law needs. I grew up in Bayonne, which is a working class city where most of the people worked hard, saved their money, but they were in that range of assets and income that really put them at the greatest jeopardy for long-term care in a nursing facility. People at the low end of the scale really could be eligible for Medicaid quickly, and people at the high end of the scale didn't need Medicaid. It's those people in the middle who really needed my services. I recognized that, and I opened up my first office in Bayonne.
Harold, for folks listening that could certainly use your help, how do they find you, connect with you, and learn more in the areas that you can serve?
Well, I have a website, and it's www.grodberg, Grodberg law.com. If you Google Grodberg, not Goldberg or Greenberg, Grodberg, you'll find me absolutely on the internet.
Fantastic. Harold, I really appreciate your time and insights and sharing with my audience today. And I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Oh, thanks a lot, Mark. And I really appreciate reaching out to me and giving me this opportunity.
Harold Grodberg out of New Jersey. And this segment's been brought to you by booksgrowbusiness.com. It's the place where busy professionals publish to educate their consumers, to grow their practices, and to leave a legacy. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.